Probably spending like $7 or $8 million. I want to give 100 people $100,000. They go, you're crazy. I can't keep going. I don't recommend you guys try this.
Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast, is by far the most dominant YouTuber on the planet, and somehow we got him to come on the Iced Coffee Hour for a 1-hour exclusive interview where he reveals unbelievable details on his business that have never been shared before.
Beast Burger has done over 100 million in sales. The main channel now, probably like 3 or 4 million a month.
So if you're interested in this and want to see more episodes like this,
hey, you should subscribe right now.
Because we have episodes coming out every single Sunday here on the Iced Coffee Hour. Thank you so much, and on to the episode. But first, we have to thank our sponsor of this episode, Epidemic Sound, the best tool for all creators to soundtrack their content.
We use it, MrBeast uses it, and so many of your favorite creators do too.
Epidemic is hands down the best tool for video creators to soundtrack and monetize their videos without receiving copyright strikes or worrying about takedowns.
After all, if you want to make the best content, you have to have the best tools, and Epidemic Sounds has the best music and sound effects for your videos.
We personally have been using Epidemic Sound for nearly 2 years now. If you don't believe us, go back to the second video we ever posted on this to family and check out the intro.
And we've been using Epidemic Sound in almost every video since then because they've seriously been that good.
And considering Epidemic's massive library of over 35,000 tracks and 90,000 sound effects, that's not just copyright free, but actually good, it's no surprise to us and so many other creators why it's the go-to music tool in video creation.
All tracks are professionally produced by a diverse group of artists and exclusive to Epidemic Sound, meaning you can't get them anywhere else.
Their personal plan is ideal for content creators as it covers most platforms including YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and podcasts.
And for all of you entrepreneurs out there, they also offer a commercial plan. It's the perfect choice for businesses, freelancers, and agencies to soundtrack their content.
So be sure to check them out using the link down below in the description, and additionally use the code TICH50 to receive a 30-day trial plus 50% off your next 2 months when signing up for a personal plan.
I really believe you guys are going to enjoy it. And now with that said, let's get back to the podcast.
Welcome back to Iced Coffee. I'm your host, MrBeast. These are some guests I brought on, and I'm going to be interviewing them to see how much money they make. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Good. Guess how much we've made?
On this channel?
Yes.
How many views?
What is it? 33 million views.
And what's the average length of the video?
About an
hour?
hour and a half.
Okay, last question. How many mid-rolls do you do?
Graham
Quite a
likes to
bit.
do one every like 3-4 minutes.
Okay, 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, no,
and,
we change it to like one every 10.
And it's categorized as a finance channel.
Yes.
Education.
Okay, so 30, I would say probably $11 RPM, so I would say 300 grand.
That's so, that is so
That's
close.
the
What
most
is it?
analytical answer we've ever
Yeah,
seen. You would be the
252.
closest.
252, there we go.
Great answer.
Yeah, what do people
Because
normally get?
some of those views are shorts. So actually, if we take
Yes,
out the
that's
shorts,
true, that's
you would
true.
have been
I was
spot
lied
on.
to. What, so it is
Yeah.
around a $10 RPM?
That's pretty much exactly what it is.
Okay,
Is it
that's what I
actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
very
don't
good.
even know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like if you put like stock or like S&P 500, you can get like $20 or $25. But I assume not every title is like perfect keywords. So some could be like 6, but your better ones could be 12 and like the median.
Yeah, I've seen for Shopify and Amazon FBA, it's about
Yeah.
$30 to $40
Exactly. It
RPAs.
gets freaking
it's
crazy.
insane. Some of the credit card videos I've done have been about that.
Yeah. 100%.
nuts, yeah.
I almost considered doing a finance channel at one point just because of that. Like I gave whatever, like 10 people credit cards and then like check back 6 months later to see who has higher credit score, like things like that. But I never ended up doing it because I was like,
I thought you were about to say who has the most debt.
yeah. Well, just
10 people
weird
credit
things
cards.
like that, like applying our format to finance because it was like, I had that realization one day. I was like, I could make like 8 times the money for the same views if I just revolved it around finance stuff.
So what excites you the most for YouTube?
What excites me the most? Oh gosh, just blanket YouTube?
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, what doesn't? You know, uploading videos, the creator economy, and just is growing. YouTube's growing. Everything's growing. I mean, every part of it is great. Like the freedom you have to do whatever. YouTube is like, name a better industry right now. Like YouTube is just growing so much, and I don't think it's going to slow down.
What excites you about it the most? So not necessarily YouTube, with the process of making videos. Like, what do you get from it?
It's gonna sound weird because I just said this, but
Yeah.
I mean, like everything. Like if money, make videos. Fame, make videos. Happiness, make videos. Kind of like everything in my life currently that I want to improve kind of just revolves around just making videos. So the answer really is kind of everything for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a cop-out.
That's good. How do you stay focused?
For me, that's never really been a thing. It's almost, The problem I'm having right now is I struggle to wind down at night because I just work and I'll lay in bed and I'll think of ideas and I'll think of just like, what we could have done better, how we could have edited a video better, or finances or whatever. So it's actually not even staying. I'm a little too focused right now, which is something I always have to correct myself because I usually go to bed at like 4 a.m. Even though I get in bed at like 10 p.m., I'll sit there for like 6 hours on average right now. So I'm trying to like actually find ways to like pull back a little bit, and so I sleep a little bit better.
When is the moment that you realized that you could turn this into a business?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. So probably when I started making around $20,000, $30,000 a month is when it kind of clicked in my head that I could hire someone for a couple grand and basically double my output because I was doing everything, right? I was like building whatever, like if I wanted to buy 5,000 plates and like throw it off a building and break them all, I'd have to order them all and I'd have to set them up, unpack them all, and like building contraption, editing, camera. I was doing it all. I did that for the first 1,000 videos, and it kind of clicked in my head. I couldn't tell you which video. Maybe it was like how many rolls of duct tape does it take to stop a car or whatever. But I was just like, wait a minute. If I just had a helper, I could do this 2 times faster. I could upload twice as much. And if I'm doing 20, 30 grand a month in revenue, and one person would double it, and I could hire a person for like 4 or 5 grand, it's kind of a no-brainer. And so then I just brought on a guy to help me move boxes and just help with the simple stuff. And I was like, oh, well, now let me go hire an editor. And that was game changer, because although that took a very long time, like a year plus to train, because it's very hard to find someone who understands your style. And then I got a cameraman, and then just kind of snowballed from there. And then I just basically hired someone every month for the last like 6 years.
What's been the most difficult part to outsource?
The most difficult part to outsource? Everything. The channel is still my creative vision. It's like I'm the one who spent my entire life obsessing and building the brand and studying this, and like, so, like even editing, I still do like 10 revisions and I have a big hand in it, and the writing of the videos and like how the videos, I mean, nothing's like truly outsourced, because like you can't just like go, here's my band, here's kind of the videos I want, just give me a video every week. Like if, because they haven't spent their entire lives obsessing over this, they don't know as much. So basically everything.
Have you ever had to fire anybody before?
Of course, yeah. It's never fun, but usually what happens is like you bring them on for something you think you need, and it's like, oh, we're going this path, and we're going to do videos where we, I don't know, like donate to Twitch streamers or easier ones. And then next thing you know, you're doing Squid Game level videos, and those, are a little bit outside their skill set or whatever, because we're just changing so much. It's kind of hard to predict what we need. But I mean, turnover happens everywhere. It's just kind of part of it. Have
you personally fired people, and how does that process go? Do you have someone else doing it?
Well, now we have HR, so obviously I don't have to handle it. But yeah, back in the day, usually I like to see it more as helping them transition to other companies. Like sometimes, we had one person who we moved out here, and it didn't end up working out. And so, I was just like, what do you want to go do? Is there a different YouTuber you want to work for? And I just DM'd a bunch of other YouTubers, helped them get a job. It just kind of depends. Sometimes they want to go work for other YouTubers, and I help them. Or sometimes, what was it? One guy, he wanted to go work for Tyler, the Creator. And so I was like, I tried to get Tyler the Creator, so I could be like, hey, this guy, I vouch, he's pretty good. So I like to see it more as like helping them transition to like whatever, their next career. Because like, there's no hard feelings. Whether you're here or somewhere else, I want them to be happy. So I try to set them up for success and just do whatever I can to, pay them back for what they invested in my company.
That's cool. How many hours do you work in a day?
Depends what you classify as work. The answer could be every hour I'm awake if just laying in bed thinking about YouTube is work. You know what I mean? Like, so just about, I would say since I was 11 years old, almost every waking hour of the day, I'm thinking of YouTube in some form or capacity, basically.
Why do you think you have that level of focus?
Just because that's what I love. I feel like it was almost like baked in my DNA. Like it just flows in my blood, the innate urge to create videos and to build a YouTube channel and build businesses. That's just what I do. And if I try to take time off, I just get depressed, and I feel like I lose my sanity. But I also feel like I lose my sanity because we've cranked the treadmill so much on creating videos. So it's like weird, but if I'm not creating, then I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel like I'm progressing. Then I feel like I'm wasting my time. And like, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like a waste of space, like a piece of shit if I'm not like making videos, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's interesting. I feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with the making videos, but if I'm not working towards something or working on something, I feel terrible.
Exactly.
Like I have low energy, I just want to sleep, I don't want to do anything, I feel sad. But when you're in the zone, what do they call it? When you're in the zone? Yeah, it's being in the flow state.
Yeah.
When you're in that state where like time seems as though it's stopped entirely, and like a day went by. That's what I love. And there's something about that that opens up like some sort of creativity that most people don't get until they're in that place.
Agreed.
Do you know how many income sources you have?
That's an interesting one. Well, let's see. We have Beast Burger, Feastables. We have a company where we dub channels, which runs our MrBeast Espanol and stuff like that. We do that for other people. We have MrBeast, MrBeast Gaming, Beast Reacts. I mean, would you count MrBeast Espanol? Mm-hmm. Okay, well then MrBeast Espanol, MrBeast.
How many languages are there? Well,
a lot.
To summarize all the languages.
Okay, well then all the languages, which there's like 20 of those. And then, and they're starting to do more views than my English channels, which is crazy.
Wow, yeah.
And what else do we have going on?
Merch?
I feel like, yeah, merch is another one. It's kind of hard. I kind of forget the stuff we're doing. Honestly, I'd have to like open my bank account and look through it. Because like there's also like sub opportunities. Like we occasionally do things where like we built this app where we had people put their finger on the app. Yeah, so we're building other apps in the future. So probably somewhere around 10.
What would you say your main source of income is, if you were to pick one thing?
Gosh. But see, the problem is like, what does income even mean? Like I don't really make money. I just reinvest it all. So it's like, which one? And also, are we talking gross or are we talking profits? Because if it's gross, it's Beast Burger. Beast Burger is absolutely crushing it, but it's food, so the margins aren't as good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like Feastables, the margins are a lot better, especially because we do a lot of sales D2C online, so it's just higher. Merch, the best margins, but you know, it's you just like a burger or whatever. You know, is something someone can order multiple times a week. Merch, someone going to buy like twice a year. You know what I mean?
What about sponsorships?
Oh yeah, and sponsorships. Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, those have gotten crazy recently. Well, I would say so. Again, gross or profit, or well,
I
we
think
don't
we
even
should discuss both, and I'll pick and choose.
So gross, I guess, would be Beast Burger. I mean, yeah, Beast. I recently tweeted, so I'll say this because I tweeted. You can throw it up. That Beast Burger has done over 100 million in sales.
Wow.
And obviously that number has grown a lot bigger since then. So like, but again, it's because it's something people can repeatedly buy. And then, but actual money, I guess, would be brand deal / ad revenue. Well, if you include all the channels, then yeah, it's definitely ad revenue.
Could you walk us through a normal day? Like from wake up, like what does a day look like for
There's
you?
no such thing as a normal day, but I can pick some random days in the last month. So like, or actually here's some of our days coming up. So one of our videos coming up, we're gonna spend a night in a $1 hotel, and then like $1,000 hotel, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, up to $1 million. So for example, next week, I'm gonna be flying to India to stay in like a $1 hotel, and then like a $10,000 hotel in the Maldives, and then we're going to like just whatever. We're going to be traveling all over the world. I'm going to be doing that for 2 weeks. And then when I get back, well, that means gaming and Reacts fall behind. So I'm going to have to do a whole day of catching up on our Reacts videos. I'm going to have to do a day or two catching up on our gaming videos. And then I've been gone. So now I got to spend a whole day catching up on the creative and all our other main channel videos. And then the video after that, we're going to do like the world's largest experiments. Like we're trying to make the world's largest balloon, world's largest paper airplane. So then go work on that. And I'm probably going to film a couple of those and then come back and you know, and then Beast Burger and Feastables are probably going to want my head on a platter because I just spent 2 weeks traveling, filming that video, and I haven't been talking to them as much. So then probably those meetings will probably fly into town, and then we have other companies. So it's kind of ebbs and flow. The main channel is the priority, and then around the main channel schedule, the rest of my life kind of like forms with all the other businesses.
Do you have any sort of daily routine though, like every morning?
No. I mean, like I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, and then when I get back, like I'm doing the experiments, and then I got to play makeup on all the other companies, and then after that, I got to go to I can't say where because it might spoil it, but I got to go somewhere else for a video, and then it's just different. And then next thing you know, I'm burying myself alive for 100 hours or whatever, and then that throws off it. And sometimes I sleep here. Sometimes if I'm on the other side of the town working at the other studio, I sleep at that studio. It's like kind of hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who keeps track of your schedule?
Steele, you met him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tell whenever I want to do something, I'm like, hey, I need to meet with so-and-so tomorrow. I need to do this. He compiles it, and then every day just makes a prior list, and then we like to call it like block calling. Like if I have calls, like so today, if I have like 6 calls, instead of doing a call at 1, a call at 3, a call at like 5, or a call at 8, I like to just do them back to back to back. So like do a call at 1 and then have the other 4 on standby, and the second I finish that one, I jump on the next one at like 1:15, and then I jump on the next one 1:35. And so then it's much easier if the calls are stacked like that instead of like, oh, I got a call in 10 minutes and then waiting for the call and that kind of stuff. So I don't even know where I'm going with it, but I basically wake up and I dump all my stuff I need to do, and then he just kind of schedules and prios it on whatever is most important for the business, and then I just wake up and do what he tells me.
How far ahead are you planned on that?
Let's see. Well, I mean, my calendar is out till the end of the year, but
What are you doing 3 weeks from today?
we're going to be making the world's largest burger.
That's crazy you have it planned out like that.
Yeah, I know everything, every video we're filming on the main channel between now and the end of the year, we have. Because they're big projects. So if we're going to film a video in December, we got to start working on it now. So we're very far ahead.
Where would you say you spend most of your time? Is it filming, planning, scripting?
That's the problem, man. And that's why I wouldn't recommend someone do what I do, because it's stressful. It just depends. And, you know, if we do a gaming video where I survive 100 days of Minecraft, that's, what is that, like 30 hours in real time? So, because like a Minecraft day is 20 minutes. So like I could spend 30 hours playing Minecraft, and then, you know, the next week I'm building the world's largest firework, and I have to spend a week on that, and the next, you know, I got to go network or go to a conference. It is so sporadic and random, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But I guess for the most part, it's filming main channel videos. But those are just, they're different. Everyone's different. I'm either in a submarine or climbing Mount Everest or putting 100 people in a circle and see who leaves last.
I've been so curious. Could you walk us through the process of creating a video from start to finish? How do you think of ideas? Where does that start?
So I work very well off of inspiration. So I used to just like flip through a dictionary. I've told these stories before, random word generators, blah, blah, blah. Recently, I hired a bunch of people to just come up with interesting things or find things to inspire me. Like, let's say in Japan, there's this like yellow fruit that if you ate it, just like made you jump 10 feet taller, right? You don't know that exists. Let's say it does exist, but you don't know. So you couldn't come up with a video idea around eating that fruit because you don't know it's a thing. And so I think a big part of coming up with ideas, which again, I could give you the 5-hour explanation of how to do, we do our videos, or like the shorter ones, so I'm giving you the mile high. But for starters, I need as much, and I need to, I call it like an information diet. It might be a little cringe to call it that, but like my well of knowledge needs to constantly be expanding, so I have more things to draw inspiration from our ideas. If not, you're gonna get the same ideas over and over again. So it happens for a lot of creators. That's why their videos are repetitive and always the same thing, because if you're not constantly learning new things, then your ideas are just limited to what's in your head, and eventually you're gonna drain it. That's how I've seen it. It's not so linear. Point is, I need to always be taking things. So I have a team of people who are just helping just dump and beat new things in my head so I can get inspired. We do that, we come up with a good idea, and then from there, we, oh gosh, well then now we gotta write the video, so I usually work with Tyler.
Have you found a process for scripting that you think like this format works? And
No,
how do you?
The problem is our videos aren't scripted, and B, every video is different, so like, so we'll do the hotel one. Problem with hotel one, you can't really like plan what you're gonna do or plan shots because you don't know what the hotels are. So then, you know, you kind of have to go then basically scrape every hotel in the world above a certain price point. So like we know we want to do $1 versus $1 million. So, you know, well, $1 hotel is very hard to find. So it's not like there's a website and you can't just Google it. So we had to like basically search all these hotels and like, you know, Airbnbs and house, there's like shared housing where you could get it down, which is how we got it. And then you got to find every $100 hotel and find the coolest one in the world, and then all the $10,000 ones. And now you have them all. And then now you can go look at it creatively and camera wise. And then you're like, oh, these aren't cool enough. These aren't cool enough. And it's like a lot of back and forth. And then, you know, you kind of plan it out, if that makes any sense. And then, oh, well, we need to film this 2-week window, but 5 of these aren't available. Now you got to go back to the drawing board and find all new ones, and then, you know, map out a path so you can fly around the world and it doesn't take like a month, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
And then what about the filming process going to editing?
Yes. Well, that's where it gets crazy because, so you're using 3 cameras here. Well, I'll use boys versus girls, for example. I think we put 100 boys in a circle, 100 girls in a circle. I think we used 60 cameras on that video, which was wild. So we had 60 cameras running for 100 hours because it was a 100-hour challenge. Because we had to have cameras monitoring the red lines, every inch of it. Or if someone stepped out, we couldn't show it. Like 10 wides and then all the free roaming ones. And so we have a DIT who kind of like labels them all like this camera, and then we take notes while we're filming. So if I see something funny, I'll be like, hey, this time, because you can look at the time code, like this happened and this happened, like during this time lapse. Like one time we had like someone standing in the trash can and then it fell over and they touched the line and got out. Well, because we have so many cameras and so much time lapse and the editor can't watch every minute of footage, you have to like write that down so they can like go look at the time lapse, find that and put it in, or it'll just get lost in the abyss. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How many hours would you say it takes to edit the average video?
Hours. So our 100 million subscriber special, I think we were just doing the math. I think it was like collectively like 1,700 hours across all the editors. But that was a really, really big video.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we had to pull in a lot of firepower for that video. We used a lot of cameras, and I was very particular on how I wanted it. So we did so many revisions. Like the thing is, like I'm not the easiest to work with in that regard. Like I really want to make the video as good as possible, and so sometimes we'll edit a video a certain way, and then we'll just be like, well, what if we try this? And so we'll have to like basically re-edit the video to see if this other way produces a better story and if it flows better. And then we'll be like, oh, that's not as good. And then you go back to this one, and then we try this. And it's a lot of testing. So we usually edit a video like 5 or 7 times.
How many eyeballs look at that video before you get to see it? Because I'd imagine they show you a version that's close maybe to what's going to post.
Close to done.
Yeah.
And then I see it, and it's not close to done.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's usually just whichever person's editing it, and then Mario, the guy, our retention guy, who this is kind of the obvious stuff, because like there are a lot of. The thing is, we've done tons of videos, countless, especially across all the channels, like thousands of videos at this point. There are just a lot of things like I just don't want to have to keep repeating myself of like certain, like obviously, this wasn't fast enough, or this didn't flow well, or like kind of the obvious stuff. When I give notes, I want to, and work on the edit, I want to actually do high level things and not be like, oh, just the color here was off, or obvious things like that. It's just kind of a waste of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How many hours go into a title thumbnail? That's something that, for me, I could sometimes spend days on a title and thumbnail.
Well, once we pick it, not as many. Okay. But it's all in the front end. Like, picking the idea is, like, brutal. And I mean, I couldn't tell you. Hundreds, probably. And then, here, let me show you this. Yeah. So every thumbnail we do, we actually do, like, 7 versions of. So, like, this was for boys versus girls, or 100 boys versus 100 girls. This is, like, our upcoming video, like, 2 different ones. This is for the 100 million subscriber video. So the thumbnail we ended up going with was A1, but these were our backup options.
Wow. Now, A2, is that just a storyboard to kind of give the idea? Because that doesn't look like it would be the final thing, right?
Yeah, these are all storyboards.
Oh, wow.
Like, this was a storyboard for the final product.
Yeah.
I mean, and if we went with the house, because there was a house on the island, we would have just, like, gone there, shot source, and recreated it. And then we had an idea of me like being in a boat driving away from the island as the thumbnail. Yeah.
This might sound silly. Do you take the same picture and reuse it, or do you take a new thumbnail every time?
Of my face? Yeah. Oh, we have probably 1,000 different photos of my face. Yeah. The interesting thing is I recently cut my hair very short in a video because I failed a challenge. And then we went to make a thumbnail the next video, and it just didn't look like me. Yeah. Like, because a lot of people just recognize me for having bangs. So even though I have short hair, my thumbnails still have me with long hair because more people recognize it. And I thought that was funny.
I think that's cool. Do you ever take days off?
Yeah, of course. The thing, so the way I like to work, and I don't recommend you guys try this. So schedules don't really work well for me. I'm in the zone and I like to go hard. I'm very obsessive. I like to just give in to my a lot of people will work 5 days a week and they won't work weekends, and ambitious people will try to like restrain themselves and be like, this is a schedule, can't work Saturday, can't work Sunday. That just never works for me. I always end up caving. So I found giving into my natural instinct works best. So I just work every day, every hour of the day, until I just burn out. So like I'll work all day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'll keep going. And then usually around day 10, I'll wake up and I'm just like burnt. I'm like, I can't keep going. It's too much. Like I can't keep doing these like 12, 15 hour days. And then I'll take like half a day or maybe a day, depending on how severe it is, and I'll just chill. And I'll just kind of like nuke my calendar. And then by the next day, I'm fired up and I'm ready to go. And then I just do it again. And so it's weird, but that's what works really, really well for me. Anytime I try to stick to a schedule, it just doesn't work. Because there are certain Saturdays I'm just fired up, and like God himself couldn't stop me from going and working on a video. And then there are other Saturdays where I'm burnt out. And so, yeah, I just kind of give in to my emotions and just work when I want to, which is usually like 7 to 10 days in a row, and then just like take a little break till I'm ready, which is usually like half a day or a day.
That's really cool. How many people work for you?
Oof, loaded question. Do we count the people working in the Beast Burger restaurants or no?
No.
Okay.
I would say just here. Because it seems like I met a lot of people from your team.
Yeah,
and
well, that number's a little classified.
So involved. Okay.
It's getting big. It's definitely getting big. I'd say in general, right, between Feastables and all the stuff we're doing, like full-time salaried, probably 150 people, maybe 200, just kind of depends. So a lot of like part-time jobs and secondhand jobs that are spun off, and that's where it gets into like the hundreds, but yeah.
Would you be able to draw a flow chart for us in terms of you at the top, controlling everything? Who's underneath you? Who's underneath them?
The only problem is if I did that, there are tons of people that just copy everything I'm doing on YouTube currently. Like I breathe, and like 30 other channels try to do it, and I don't want. And I say this about
That's
ideas,
fair,
don't copy me, but they do it anyways.
Yeah.
If I did that, all these YouTubers would start trying to clone it, and then they're just going to become mini-me's.
That's
And it's
fair.
like, a lot of people, for some reason, have stopped taking inspiration and doing their own twists, and they just literally flat out copy what I do. And so that's why I'm like, when you ask about people or stuff like that, I try not to say too much, because I know hundreds of creators are just going to be like, that's it. That's what I'm doing. I need 50 people. I'm going to build it like this, and then I'm going to do what MrBeast does, Yeah.
But you would employ a lot of people that way. If all of a sudden the unemployment rate goes to like 1% because everyone's hiring.
Yeah, true. But
That
the
would be
big
funny,
thing
yeah.
is you need a production department to make the ideas happen. You need creative people to think on it. Obviously, camera and editing. Those are your big four.
How do you think the money is best spent for the channel in terms of growth?
Yes. Okay. How do I think it's best spent? Just making the best YouTube videos possible. I mean, if we want to sell more Feastables bars or merch or get better brand deals, it all literally just stems around, people watching the videos, which is...
Does that go back then to more idea creation, or do you think it's higher retention, so better specialists, or I guess
it's
more
not
involved?
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's more like those things help, but it's not like at the end of the day, like it's like we put 100 girls in a circle versus 100 boys, $500,000 cash prize, build these crazy sets, all the effort. That's a big part of why it does well, right? Sure, we can tweak a little bit here and there and remove a pee joke so it's a little bit more watchable and do this little thing. But at the end of the day, it's like that's not why people are coming back, and that's not what makes it great. That's just a little icing on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like the money is best spent in like just doing grander things that I find interesting, that are unique, original, and like people just, how I would put it, can't find anywhere else. So you can't find what we do for the most part. Some videos here and there, but for the most part, you can't find what we do anywhere else, not at the scale we do. And I think it's like, that is where I want to put the money in, because then that's what gets people coming back, they enjoy it, and then everything else benefits.
Do you know how much it costs in terms of running your overall business every month? Just like a ballpark number.
Oh gosh, yes. So, it's just a MrBeast channel, gaming, reacts, Feastables,
Everything
Beast
under
Burger?
the umbrella.
Oh gosh, I mean,
Could be a round number. I mean,
yeah,
this is
because
just
like
the-
even like
yeah.
so like Feastables is about to go into retail, and like even just that, like we just filled like a $4 million purchase order so we can buy enough bars to fill retail.
Yeah.
So you want me to slap that on there
Yeah,
too?
slap it on.
I mean, bro, who's calling me? This is like the intense moment. Eric's calling. Bro, hey, we're talking YouTube money. Go away.
What are you talking
Eric.
Yeah,
about?
Yo, not right now, man.
Whoa.
How's it going?
Who's that?
We're filming. It's Graham.
Who's this?
It's Graham.
Oh, Graham.
What's up, man?
Hey, Graham, can you ask Jimmy a question for me?
What's the question?
Can you ask if it worked out today?
The answer is we're playing soccer right after this interview. More importantly,
Yeah.
Everyone said it was massive, so.
Eric,
Hey-
tell them to subscribe.
Eric, how much money do you make a year? It's making in the video.
How many money? Wait, you cut out. What'd you say?
How much money do you make a year?
Oh. Multiple millions. I don't know the exact number.
Oh my gosh! Wow, what a rich snobby guy! Wow.
I'm so abundantly grateful for all of my fans.
It's to build the world.
Exposed, Eric exposed. He's a millionaire.
He just wants to use it
much
to
money do you
make his
make?
pizza.
A lot.
Okay.
Well, I would say it, but now if I sit on the back end, it sounds like I'm trying to be a dick. Okay.
You gotta cut mine out if you don't say how much money you make.
Yeah, I mean, tens of millions or something like that. Forbes said I made 54 million last year. Okay, I gotta go. Later.
All right, bye. Bye.
Gosh, he's calling it the most crucial part.
I know.
All
So
right.
how much do we spend a year? So
Or in a month.
yeah, or sorry, in a month. So the main channel, let me see. The main channel is probably like on the gaming channel. We probably are spending like I don't know, depends, like a couple 100,000 a month. Reacts, a couple 100,000 a month. The main channel now, probably like 3 or 4 million a month. Like Feastables is spending probably $1 million or so a month. Beast Burger, same thing. I mean, if you're including like marketing and stuff, a couple million a month. And then, yeah, I mean, we're probably spending like, I haven't even done this math in a while, but yeah, frick, like probably $7 or $8 million. I mean, even like our Beast philanthropy, our charity, you know, I put a lot of money into that so we can have food and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's getting pretty crazy.
Who manages that?
Well, if you go over there up those stairs, you'll see a little accounting team that I walk in and I go, I want to give 100 people $100,000. They go, you're crazy. And I'm like, good luck.
Do they make sure that money is like put aside just for you, like just in case something happened? No?
What?
Yeah.
But the thing is, we have 100 million subscribers.
Yeah.
People have been saying that since I had 1 million subscribers, and I always just like, what's the, I don't want to say what's the worst that happened. I guess I get hit by a car, but I mean, the videos get views even if I don't upload. So like, if I really wanted to, I could just stop spending and just live off the money the views make. You know what I mean?
Are you investing any of your own money separate from everything else? Like, do you take any of it for yourself, put it off to the side, and invest
I
it?
reinvest everything.